What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another Cryptid Saturday. I know it's been a little while since I've managed to post one of these. I have been extremely busy, had some life events not go my way, but hey, we're back and we are going with the Cryptids of Texas. We are almost through the United States, and I said that a few times, but we're just gonna keep going until we get there. I didn't think this was gonna take all year, but it's gonna bleed into next year as well. So we're just gonna keep this going. So let's go ahead, guys, and get into this article. So like I always say, guys, I don't own the rights to these articles. I just use them to push along information, and the link to where this article came from will be in the description down below. Number one, the Wampus Cat. The Wampus Cat, known to some as the Cherokee Death Cat, is a creature from American folklore. Its origins can be traced back to lumberjack tales based on the local Cherokee myths. Most sightings describe the creature to be a large panther-sized cat capable of walking on its hind legs. By all accounts, the Wampus Cat is not very dangerous to humans and preys on fish for most of their meals. Wampus cats have recently found their way into modern culture with references in several popular franchises, including Harry Potter and James and the Giant Peach. I don't remember Wampus Cat being mentioned in James and the Giant Peach. If you guys do, please drop a comment down below with where in that video it's mentioned. But if I were to take a guess, they're probably just talking about regular, mountain lions, bobcats, things like that, and they've just kind of got converted. But if it came from Cherokee Mist, like it was probably a spiritual animal to them. So by all accounts, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Number two, prairie devils. The prairie devils, also called the river dinos, mini rexes, and water lizards, are a form of reptilian cryptids sighted all throughout Texas, Georgia, and Kentucky. All sightings of these graceful lizards have been reported near water, hence the name. Like most of the other Texas cryptids, prairie devils are considered a hoax by most people, but the people that have seen them say they are only about 3 feet long and resemble a miniature brown bipedal dinosaur. Local experts doubt that any known species of lizard would be capable of surviving the harsh winters of the area, adding to the mystery. So let me just go ahead and say this. Dinosaurs did survive the cold. I don't. It's a weird misconception, I think, that everybody thinks that dinosaurs had to have warm temperatures. There were a lot of species of dinosaurs that could just survive the cold temperatures. So that wouldn't necessarily negate the possibility of there being a dinosaur-like cryptid out there. That being said, I think this is probably more of a misidentification with birds, like maybe people seeing their tracks in the ground. If you've ever seen a heron track, it's literally just a three-toed footprint. So maybe that's where some of these things are coming from. I don't think there's a misidentified species of lizard running around in Texas that would be big enough to kind of fool this. That at least not one that could stand on two legs. But hey, you know what? If there's a lost population of tiny dinosaurs out there, I would love to see it. Number three, gargoyle. In 1986, a NASA archivist named Frank Shaw encountered a creature that haunted him for the rest of his life. While leaving work, Shaw looked up and saw the pitch black monster perched on top of the roof of the building. He described the Texas cryptid as being a large human like figure wearing a long cape with two massive wings. When the archivist reported the incident to his boss, he was made aware of a secret file they have been keeping on the creature. Not many stories about this gargoyle are known to the public, but this story, and knowing that NASA has a file on this monster, is enough to send chills up your spine. That is kind of strange. I will give you that. Why would NASA be keeping a file on a cryptid? Could it be an alien? That would be fun. More than likely, in my opinion, guy saw an owl. Owls are big. And, if he looks up, sees the tail, the thing could have mistook that for a cape. The thing spreads its wings, and voila. Same thing I think Mothman may potentially have been. But that's just my own personal opinion. It could also be that NASA has, some aliens that they know about that we don't know about. I'm not saying the government lies to us, but they, may be some stuff out there that we don't know. Could also potentially have been a relic Thunderbird style size creature, but you know what? What do you guys think? I think it was an owl, but let me know what you guys think down below. Number four, the Caddo Critter. The Caddo Critter is a Sasquatch-like cryptid that was sighted several times in the 1960s around the lakeside town of Caddo, Texas. The cryptid was said to have been almost 8 feet tall and covered with thick gray fur. A well-known rancher said he saw the beast and shot at it almost 10 times with his handgun, and a small boy claimed to have seen the ape along the shore while on a fishing trip. The same creature was possibly sighted 70 miles away in a small town, Haskell, and was nicknamed the Haskell Rascal. To start with, I've canoed down the Caddo River, never seen anything that looked like a Bigfoot. Seen a lot of people that were very Bigfoot-esque, especially when they were drinking, but never anything that looks like Bigfoot. That being said, I, I mean, Bigfoot may or may not exist, and if it does, seeing one in the Caddo River or near the Caddo River in Texas is probably not the worst spot you might see one, but it could also very well have just been a person or a bear or something else that this guy shot at. There's really, without any real evidence, except, hey, I shot at the thing 10 times with my handgun and didn't hit it. Like, okay, or maybe you did hit it and it went off and died in the woods somewhere and you just couldn't find it. So, I mean, personally, I think this was just misidentification of a probably more than likely a person, but I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Number 5, the Ozark Howler. The Ozark Howler is a cryptid that goes by many names, including the Black Howler, the Nightshade Bear, and the Devil Cat. The creature is said to be roughly about the size of a bear and is believed to have large horns and glowing red eyes. The howler has been spotted creeping around remote areas of Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. The earliest stories of the Ozark Howler date all the way back to the early 1800s. A hunter by the name of Daniel Boone is believed to have fired at the creature after they crossed paths in the woods. I mean, if something's the size of a bear, it could have just been a bear. The fact that it has, like, horns, it doesn't really mean much. You know, horns are very easily misidentified. Weird tufts of fur, branches behind it, like things can mistake for horns all the time. The other thing that I know about the Ozark Howler is you actually hear them howling, which is another thing, but I mean, you could attribute that to like coyotes and things like that. So I really don't know what it could be. I obviously lean more towards that misidentification, but if you guys have ever seen or heard one, please let me know in the comments below. I would really love to know about that. Number 6, the Goat Man. The ghoulish goat man is a humanoid cryptid believed to roam around Texas. Some people say that it is a relative of the chupacabra, and others believe it to be the last descendant of the satyr, satyrs? Oh, the last descendant of the satyrs from ancient Greece. Origins aside, most people agree that the goat man is over 7 feet tall and has long horns and sharp claws. Unlike most of the other Texas cryptids on this list, the goat man is known to show extreme violence towards humans. Some stories even claim the beast enjoys raping its victims before killing them. Well, that's kind of a dark turn of events. Uh, I don't know. If satyrs were real, how did they get to the Americas? That's a quick question I would like answered. If not, I mean, horrible humans exist in life, and yeah, somebody puts on a mask, walks around with a goat head, and does horrible things and attacks people. And it could be somebody who just doesn't want to be found. And so he's hiding out in the woods, or multiple people, and then the story just progresses over the years. That's my opinion on the goat man. If it is real, that is terrifying. But I mean, lots of things in the dark are terrifying, so I don't know. Number 7, Lake Worth Monster. The Lake Worth Monster is a legendary Texan creature named after its home, Lake Worth. The cryptid is said to be a hideous mix of a man and a goat with long fingers covered in hard scales. The only known picture of the goat-like monster shows it to be covered from head to toe with thick cotton-colored fur. A man named John Richard claimed the Lake Worth monster attacked his car after jumping out of a tree on top of it. A police investigation was conducted, but no evidence was found. So the thing landed on top of his car and they didn't find anything. So that kind of tells me this probably isn't real. That's thing number 1. Number 2, it's a lake monster that jumps out of trees. And then it almost seems like they're describing an alligator, and I don't know where Lake Worth is, but you know, alligators did have a different range throughout history. So potentially they've combined like an alligator or something like that and just kind of exaggerated the tail over the years. So that's kind of my best guess naturally as to where this came from, and maybe that guy was just drunk and crazy. I don't know. Or, like I said, maybe Lake Worth monster exists, and this is this weird hybrid creature that can climb trees and swim. Number 8, the Beast of Bears. The Beast of Bears is a terrifying cryptid found lurking around the swamps and woodlands of southern Texas. The monster is said to be an enormous brown bear with lots of scars and missing fur from past violence. Most people say the beast of bears has a strong and hideous odor that smells like alcohol and putrid eggs. Inuit legend speaks of a massive bear with gills capable of stalking its prey underwater, much like a crocodile. People believe the bear could be responsible for many of the area's missing person cases. Yeah, I mean, honestly, it sounds less. I mean, it sounds like a brown bear. There aren't brown bears in Texas. Now, if there was a brown bear in Texas, yeah, there you go. But there are black bears in Texas, and you can't have brown black bears. So that I think is a very vital thing. And fun fact, everybody, black bears can swim. I don't know how well they swim underwater, if they even can, but I mean, who knows? It could have just been something that had a bear that had become accustomed to killing its victims near water holes, and it learned how to swim and do it that way. Bears are very intelligent, especially black bears. They are arguably the most intelligent of all the bears because they've learned to live with us. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, though. Also, I guess let me know on the thing. Have you ever seen a black bear swimming? Number 9, Hogzilla. Hogzilla is a gigantic pig that used to roam from Georgia to Texas. What makes Hogzilla different than all other Texas cryptids is that it was proven to exist. The hungry hog was believed to be over 12 feet long and was reportedly 1,100 pounds, but after it was killed by a hunter on a reserve in Georgia in 2005, it was confirmed to be 9 feet long and roughly 800 pounds. Little smaller than assumed, but still a massive pig. Upon dissection, it was discovered to be a hybrid of a domestic pig and a wild hog. It is a real shame that the creature had to die for us to believe it could exist. And quite frankly, there could be more giant pig, Hogzilla-sized pigs running around Texas. You don't, I mean, you see wild pigs a lot. They do get very big. You get one that manages to get onto somebody's farm and just keeps running from farm to farm to farm. It stays fat. It can do that for basically, just keep hopping from farm to farm eating things. And yeah, they just will grow insanely, especially if it's like a hybrid between a pig and a hog, which are kind of two different things. It's all the same thing, but kind of two different things. So it just kind of has the genetics to grow huge. And if you've ever seen the pictures of Hogzilla, he was a big pig. So yeah, I mean, unfortunately it did have to die for us to prove it, but pigs are an invasive species, and quite frankly, they're killing them however they can, and they're barely putting a dent in the population. So, last but not least, everybody, we've got number 10, Bigfoot. When people talk about Bigfoot, most stories describe it as living in the Rocky Mountains. But there have also been countless sightings from the ape-like monster in the great state of Texas. The creature is known to stand somewhere between 8 to 10 feet tall and is covered in thick brown fur. Despite its fame, Bigfoot dislikes human attention and is known to circumvent us by any means possible. Variants of Bigfoot have been sighted all over the world and have been given names such as Sasquatch and Yeti. Luckily for us, Bigfoot is not known for attacking humans. Kinda is though. Like in other parts of the world, and hell, even in the U.S., a lot of places have Bigfoots attacking humans. So that's not exactly correct. I am in the camp that if Bigfoot does exist, it's probably a different species of human that has just kind of learned to avoid Homo sapiens. Because, just to be honest with you, throughout it, like historically, we have not been kind to other human species. We either killed or bred them all out, and we are the end result of that. We are the winning species. So if one did survive, it makes more sense to me that they would have learned to hide from us and built an entire culture around hiding from us. So if that's what Bigfoot is, that's what Bigfoot is. That's my opinion, and I think that that's just the most logical, sound reasoning. That being said, if Bigfoot lives anywhere, Texas has a lot of open space. There's a lot of ranches. Are lots of places to hide. It's woods mixed with prairies. There's plenty of game. There's plenty of things that we grow to eat that it can eat. So, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Have you guys ever seen a Bigfoot in Texas? I would really like to know that fact. But that comes to the end of our list. So, like always, guys, please remember to drop those comments down below. And while you guys are down there, please remember to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you never miss another Cryptid Saturday. And I will see you guys in the next video.